Python functions part 2. See, yesterday we started Python functions and discussed user-defined functions, Rajesh. User-defined functions. First we discussed theory,
Yes,
what is Python, advantage of, what is function, types of functions in Python, advantage of functions, etc. Next we started practical. We discussed write a function with no arguments and return value. Next with arguments and return value. Next with default arguments. Next we didn't write this one. No arguments and returns nothing. Arguments with returns nothing. Okay, na? Meenaka, sorry, uh, Savitri,
Sir. Sir.
we didn't discuss last two, na?
Yes, sir.
Returns nothing.
No, yes, sir.
Return a value with arguments, without arguments, default arguments we discussed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now fourth one, write a function with no arguments. Just a minute. With no arguments and returns nothing. No arguments, no return value. No return value. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Observe the example. Launch Python shell or ideally suppose I'm writing a function def suppose my function name addition open and close parenthesis colon no arguments, no return value. Suppose a equals to 100, b equals to 200. Suppose res equals to a plus b. Suppose I'm not writing any statement. Call that one. Say it returns nothing. Suppose just a minute. Print of res.
yes,
Print of res. The inside print statement is there, but it doesn't return value to a variable. It just display the value. Suppose addition of just a minute. Java comment. Python comment. Okay. Call that function. Suppose addition open and close parenthesis. Addition open and close parenthesis. Save that one. Run module. I think error. Okay. Print this one. It will print none. None means nothing. It will print none, I think. Observe. Save. Run module. Why it is not showing addition? Print addition.
addition spelling,
Spelling.
function spelling.
Okay. Just a minute. Addition. Suppose earlier also error na. Just a minute.
Yes, sir, it will print.
Just a minute. Addition. Oh. Addition. Addition is function name. Open and close parenthesis. This is calling. Save or run module. No error. But no output.
Yeah,
This output is Savitri.
Sir.
None. This
Yes, sir.
output is none.
Um,
Then you can ask one question. How can you say? Observe. Suppose print that function. It will return just none. Why? No output in that function. no
Okay.
return value and no display value. Run
Okay.
run module. None.
None. Yes, sir.
Nothing. Suppose just a minute. This is one in it is beginner interview question also. What function that function with returns nothing. Uh, what it returns if you call that function? That is
None.
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 Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Suppose here some statements are there, but nothing. Already I told my yesterday, Rajesh. Suppose if any application navigation is there, for example, launch browser,
Login.
enter username, enter password, click login button. That's it, the function. Then
Yes, sir.
no returning value now.
No.
It will perform some action, but no return value. Okay. Here no return value, none. For example, if you have print statement inside that one, if you have print statement inside that one, what it will happen? It will print. Save, run module. Oh, one is enough. This one not required. Inside print statement is there, Savitri.
Yes,
Print
sir.
statement is there. It will print that result, but
Yes, sir.
it doesn't return any value. Doesn't return. Print 300. Return means, suppose if we use variable equals to, then it has to return, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Print
Yes.
x.
Yes.
Why? I think it will show error. Why no return statement here? None. None is returning.
Okay.
None is returning na. No return value. What is the return
Yes.
value of function with returns nothing type?
Sir.
None. None. Okay. But
Okay, sir.
inside print statement is there. If you print that one,
Result.
if you call that one, it will print that value.
Yes,
Is
sir.
300. But what is the default returning value for functions which doesn't have return statement? None.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay,
sir.
this is fourth one. This is fourth one. Here with no arguments. Okay, suppose same uh, no return statement with arguments. This time with arguments.
Yes.
With argument. Earlier, no arguments, no return statement. But some action is there. What is that action? Calculating means adding A and B numbers. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Next example. This one. Example. Write function for that one. Suppose f, for example, multiply, open and close parenthesis, colon, multiply. Multiply. Suppose I am using parameters num1 comma num2. Next, suppose res equals to num1 into num2. Next, print res. See, inside of this function, print statement is there, but it doesn't return any value. Printing is different. Printing is just display. Returning means returning the value to a variable. Then you can use the value for other operations, n number of operations. Suppose if you print a value, just printing. Okay. Next, call that function multiply. Call that function. Suppose call that function, multiply arguments. Suppose 10, comma 67. See, what is the functionality of this function? Multiplying two numbers. Multiplying two numbers. Save num1, num2. Okay. Run module. Observe 10 into 67, 670. Is it okay?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Here no returning value, no return statement inside the function, but display statement is there. If no display statement, none. Now I covered all flavors. Rajesh, observe. Return a value with no arguments, return a value with arguments, return a value with default arguments. Next, returns nothing, no arguments. Returns nothing with arguments. I covered all now. See, these are the
Right.
core concepts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, so many other concepts are there, but first focus on these concepts. Next, I will provide program function examples for concentrate. Then we will start second topic, second type of methods, built-in methods. Okay. Built-in
Okay, sir.
methods also we have nearly 69 to 70 built-in methods. In those methods, nearly 10 to 12 methods are important methods. Remaining also okay, but limited use. We will discuss those methods. Before that, two general examples. Try to improve the programming ability. Programming ability. See, Python function examples. Python function examples. Here observe my example, Savitri.
Sir.
See, read an integer. See, read an integer. Read. Reading is first time for you. I will introduce. Read an integer and verify whether the value is a leap year or not. Leap year or not. Leap year or not. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Here first observe two things. First thing, read value. Read an integer. Read an integer. First thing. Next, pass the value. To the function. Okay.
Okay.
Next, write hints. Steps. See, these are the steps.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, you can say for first, divide your program into some steps. Then you can avoid the complexity. First,
Okay.
read a number, read an integer. Next, pass the value, means read value.
Okay.
Pass the value to the function. Next, write leap year. Just a minute. Write leap year logic. Leap year logic in the function. That's it. Next, run the function.
Okay.
Run the function. That's it, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
First, read an integer. In IO chapter, I will introduce that one. Okay, before that, I'm introducing. Say we read input, user input. We read input using don't use these quotes. These quotes for highlighting this keyword, and it is not keyword function. We use
Okay.
input function. Input function.
Okay, sir.
Don't confuse Rajesh. This first input is English input. Second input is
Yes, sir.
Python input. But don't use quotes in programs. No quotes for keywords, built-in functions, built-in methods, etc. No quotes.
Okay.
Yes.
For highlighting that word, differentiating that word, I used. How? Observe. Just a minute. Example. First, a small example I provide. Read a value. Read a value. Read a value. First, variable required. X equals to input. Input is built-in function as like print. Print is output function.
Okay, sir.
Input is reading function. Okay. Input of use a message. Enter a value. Enter a value. Okay. Enter a value. Enough. Next, print. You can use that X for a number of operations. I'm just printing the text. It will display. It will display now.
Sir.
Suppose save, run module, enter a value. Suppose 1, 2, 3. Showing 1, 2, 3 now.
Yes, sir.
This is about reading. Okay, we will expand this, elaborate this one later. Just a minute. This is about reading, reading input. Rise query, Rajesh, reading input. Reading input. Reading input,
Yes.
But I want to read particular input. I want to restrict it. What is this one? Integer input.
Integer. Yes,
Integer
sir.
input. Observe. Suppose here with this you can't. Observe run module. Suppose Savitri. It will read. Reading now.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
And
Yes,
one
sir.
more thing. Even though you read number, it will use. It will treat. It will treat that value as what is that one? String only.
Oh, okay, okay.
In
Oh, God.
computer programming, not only in Python, Java, any other language, in computer programming, whenever you read data, then computer program considers the data as string type data. Okay. For mathematical operations, we may, what is that one? Data conversion. We may convert the data, that is a different case. Observe. Uh, for displaying, it is showing 100, but internally, it assigns codes. How can you say? Suppose
Function.
type that one.
Type.
Type. How to use type? Type of
Type of in X,
print
sir.
of
X. X.
Print X.
X. Right. Run module. First read 1, 2, 3. Actually, it is integer. Oh, it is not correct. Just a minute.
Print of type of.
Is it okay?
Yes,
Just
sir.
a minute. Save.
Yes.
Run. run module, 1, 2, 3. Observe what it is showing. STR na
Sir.
string. You enter any type of data. Just a minute. Run module. Suppose 12.345. Actually, it is float, but str string. Suppose run module. Suppose ABCD. So whenever you read, observe this common point. Whenever you read data in computer programming, not only in Python, it considers the data as string type data, even though you read numbers. Getting?
Sir.
This is okay. Next, here my restriction is I want to read integer. Okay,
Yes. Yes, sir.
read integer.
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 Okay.
Restriction required. Okay, no problem. For that, one more built-in function, int is there. Int is there. One more built-in function, int is there. Just a minute. Int. Then it will restrict the input, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Just first save this one. Save this one. Run module. 1, 2, 3. What it is showing? Int na?
int.
Int na?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. For example, if you enter other than int, it won't accept. Restrict. It will show. I think it will show error. Suppose A, B, C, D. Is it integer?
No, sir.
No.
String.
It's showing error na?
Yes, sir.
Restricting na?
Yes, sir.
Suppose run module. Suppose 10.1. It is also not an integer na?
Sir.
What is the output? No output. Error.
No, sir.
Runtime error. Runtime error. Suppose read integer. Run module. Suppose 1 integer only.
Yes, sir.
Now problem solved now.
Yes, sir.
First step in our program over. What is that?
Oh,
Read an integer. Read an
Integer.
integer. Next,
Okay.
pass the value to the function. Okay. Pass the value to the function. But you need to tell me that leap year logic. This is mathematical logic, isn't it?
Sir.
Uh,
Leap year.
Pass the value to the function. First, write function. Write function. I think I don't want these now. The statement enough now.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
The statement is enough.
Enough.
For example, this is val. Okay, you can use x, no problem. Value. Okay, integer value. Okay. Def leap year. You can use any meaningful name. Val. Val is we read the val, isn't it?
Sir.
We read the val. That is not constant. We read the val. Okay. My second step over. Pass the value to the function. I am passing that value to the function na. Variable to the function na. X or val z. I am passing the variable to the function as parameter or argument. Over. My second step over. Third step. Write leap year logic in the function. Leap year logic. See, I will write one logic. You try to enhance the logic after the class. I am writing some logic. You try to enhance that one. Suppose val modulus 4. 4 years once. Leap year. 4 years once na.
Sir, 4, sir.
4 years
Yeah, okay, sir.
frequency of leap year. 4 years
Yes, sir.
once 4 years once, isn't
Every
it?
4 years. Yes, sir.
Next, what is the next leap year? Now 2021. What is the next leap year?
25, sir.
24.
20. Yes, sir.
24.
Yes,
Any
sir.
problem?
No, sir.
Leap year. 4 years once. Last year leap year. 2020 is leap year.
Okay, sir.
Next
Then 24.
leap year 2024.
24. Yes, sir.
Okay. Val percentile 4 equals to val percentile force equals to
Leap year, sir.
uh,
G.
no reminder.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Suppose if any, suppose 2000 by 4, no reminder now. No
Yes,
reminder
sir.
means
0.
0.
0. Good. 0. Next, one more. Suppose R. Suppose some years 700 that centuries 1900 also leap year, 1800 leap year, 1900 leap year. They may not be covered using this one. Just R val percentile 400 equals to 0. These are the two rules in leap year. One more rule is there. After the class, you try to add that one. Getting?
Okay, sir.
Say leap year
Okay.
divided by 4. Remainder is 0. Leap year divided by 400. It is only for some leap years. Getting?
Sir.
It is only for some leap years. Suppose 200 by 400. You can't get 0 na.
0. Yes, sir.
That's why I am using R, not and. Suppose 1800 by 400 you can use. 1900 by 400 or 4 you can use. One more logic is there. See, we have 3 rules, I think. One is leap year by 4 remainder 0. Next leap year or leap year by 400 remainder 0. One more rule is there. You try to implement that. I think these will cover, I think, 99%, I think. Just try. Print is a
Leap year.
it is a leap year. Is leap year. It is leap year. Okay. Next,
If else block.
terminate the if else blocks independent.
Yes, sir. Colon.
I am using
Not leap year.
Java syntax. Okay. Print it is not leap year. After the class, you enhance this logic. It is not leap year. I think over. Okay. Okay, now. Next,
Yes, sir.
I think observe third step also over. Write leap year logic. Fourth step, run the function. Then you can achieve. Run the function. Suppose leap
Leap
underscore
Yeah.
year
of
of val. Good. Okay. Save the function. Run module. Give me one example. Suppose 2000 2020 2020
Okay, sir.
2020. Is it leap year or not?
We don't know, sir.
Leap year only. In leap
Okay.
year, February
Yes.
month, 29 days.
Okay,
It
sir.
is leap year.
It is leap
Just a minute. Run. Suppose next year, 2022.
year. 2.
It is not leap year.
Yes, sir.
Every 4 years.
Yes, sir.
2020, if 2020 is leap year, what is the
24.
next leap year?
24 next is
24. I think it is not leap year.
leap
What
year.
it is
Yes.
showing? It is not leap year now. Next, run run module. For example, 1900 also leap year. 1900 also leap year. Next, leap year. For example, this year, it is not leap year. 2021. It is not leap year, Rajesh. Not leap year. Okay. Try to break that logic. One more small rule is there. Try to add up the class. Okay, this
Okay,
is
sir.
the say solution. Observe Rajesh, in our software testing, I think Savitri is not related to software testing, I think. In our software testing, Rajesh, requirement test case. We write test case for requirement. That is testing terminology. In development terminologies, problem solution. What is that one?
Okay,
Problem
sir.
is problem is your requirement. What is our problem? This is my problem. Read an integer and verify the
Yes, sir.
value, whether the value is a leap year or not. Whether the value is a leap year or not. That is my problem. Program is solution, isn't it?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Say, suppose add two numbers.
Yes, sir.
That is problem.
Problem.
Suppose if you write logic program,
Solution.
that is solution, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
The requirement means problem.
Program solution.
Program means
Solution.
solution. Okay. Solution means program. Okay.
Program, sir. Vice versa.
This is about okay na logic.
Okay, sir.
Next, one more.
Sir.
We already did this logic. I think in control flow chapter, flow control statements of Python chapter. I will explain that function also. After that, we will start second type of functions, built-in functions. We will start and we will continue tomorrow. What is my second function? Second example, last example, programming example. Second one, suppose read. I think you are familiar with reading. Read
Okay, sir.
4 integers.
Okay.
4 integers and find. Whether we did this example in control flow chapter. That is program. This is function and reading also extra activity in this. Read 4 integers and find which one is the biggest number. Biggest number. Observe my problem. Read 4 integers and find which one is the biggest number. Suppose I am reading 100, 200, 300, 400. Then function has to say fourth value is the big number. Getting?
Okay, sir.
Fulfill my requirement. Fulfill my requirement.
Val or x is equal to int of
Val are 4. I want to read four numbers now. 4 integers now.
was then x1
Val
x
1
y.
equals to
Okay,
val
sir.
1 equals to int also
Int
built-in
of
int
int
of
of input of
input of input of message. Enter enter value 1. Enter, for example, any meaningful message you can write. Enter value 1. close to parenthesis. Okay. Next,
val2 same int of input of enter value.
val 2, val 3, val 4. Suppose message 2, 3, 4. Okay. Reading okay, Rajesh.
Sir.
Right
Passing value.
function, right function, right function.
Def.
Suppose def, suppose function
Def
name,
max value.
max val, max
Of
val,
val
pass,
1 comma val 2
val 1
comma
comma,
2
val
data.
2
2
comma,
val
val 3, val 3.
val4.
Otherwise you can write meaningful. Just a minute. Num1,
Yeah, number.
is the readability of the program. Logic okay. Num1, just a minute. Num1, sometimes num1 big, sometimes num3 big, sometimes maybe last one. Num4. These are the parameters. Use colon. Next, write logic. Earlier we did logic now using compound condition
sir.
and ellipse structure. Compound condition and ellipse structure. And one more thing, what programming concepts we use in main program, Rajesh, all can be used in functions, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
Say
Okay,
we
sir.
use
Yes.
variables, operators, control flow statements, conditional statements, loop statements, etc. in main programs. All can be used in functions, means subprograms.
Sir.
All can be used. The only difference is function nothing but subprogram, but no restrictions of using programming concepts. Here hint, use compound condition and ellipse structure. We
Okay,
need
then
to focus on four numbers. First, focus on first number.
if
If
num1
if
Num1
num1 num1
is greater than
greater
than
than
num2,
num2.
num2, num1 greater than num2. This is one condition. This is one.
yes, sir.
We want compound conditions.
And
Yes,
or
sir.
Use
and
and operator. And operator.
R.
Not R. R
Yes.
means exemption.
Yes, sir.
No exemption. Num1
Anyone.
should
Yes,
be
sir. Got.
bigger than num2 and num3 and num4. Then only you can declare num1 is big. Suppose
big
if
number.
R is
Yes,
exemption,
sir.
don't use R.
Yes, sir.
Num1 greater than num3, num1 greater than num4, sir.
Wait a minute. I think this is the logic. This is the logic. Just a minute. Num1 greater than num3. Next third condition, num4. It is also code block na colon.
Yes,
It is also code block.
print
Next,
is the big number.
print. Suppose num1 is big number. Num1 is big number. This is okay. Next, focus on
Two, sir.
ellipse structure. Using ellipse structure,
If
only one if. Suppose
Yes,
if you use again if, that is independent. That is independent condition. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
want independent condition. I want
Elif.
ellipse structure.
Yes. Okay.
If ellipse.
Num2. Num2 greater than num1.
Now focus on 2. Num2 greater than
Num1.
num1. Next, num2 greater than
Num3.
num3. Next, num2 greater than num4.
Elif.
Okay. Next,
Yes, sir.
now focus on num3. Num3.
3.
Num3 greater than num1. Num3 greater than num2.
2.
2.
Num3 greater than
4.
num4.
4.
Okay.
4.
Next,
Yes.
focus on last number. 4.
Yes, sir.
Num4 greater than
Num
num1. Num4 greater than num2. Next, num4 greater than num3. Now declare, just a minute, num2 is bigger. Num2 is bigger. Just a minute. 2 is bigger. 1 is bigger. Next, 3 is bigger. Next, 4 is bigger. Next, we one exemption also we wrote. Suppose if 2 or more numbers same, then other than that one.
To 2 are.
Print, just a minute. Print 2 or more numbers. 2 or more numbers are same. Okay. Terminate the function. Over. Next, call that function. Call that function.
Def.
Call
Max.
it max value. Open and close. Don't use colon. That's it. Okay, now
Okay, sir.
save the code and run module. Number 1, observe 100. Number 2, 200. Number 3, 300. Number 4, 234. If I enter, what will happen?
300, sir.
300.
Num 3.
300 means
Num 3
num3.
is. Yes, sir.
Num3. Okay. What it is showing?
Num3 is big number.
Num3 is big number, na?
number.
Yes, sir.
Num3, suppose meaningful. Enter num1, num2, num3, num4. Save that one. Right one. Give one in. Just a minute. Give one input. Give one input, Rajesh. Give one input. Guide me. Anyhow, it takes it accepts only integer. If you enter other than integer,
Yes,
it will
sir.
show runtime error. So
And
use integer values only. Give some numbers. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose 2, 3, 4, 5.
7.
Suppose 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose 6, 5, 4, 3. Now which one is big number?
Negative is
Num4 is a big number.
Num4 is big number.
6.
Just a minute. Last one. Run mode. Just checking. I am checking the logic. Checking the logic. Just a minute. Run module. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. Next 2, 3, 4, 5. Next 3, 4, 5, 6. Observe which one is big number.
2 or more numbers are the same values.
2 or more numbers are same. Okay, now is it working
Okay.
fine or any leakage?
No, sir.
Leakage in the program.
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
this is my problem. Read 4 numbers and find which one is the biggest number. This is my solution. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Problem versus solution. Okay, now come to mainstream. So far we discussed user defined functions in Python. Next, built-in functions. Built-in functions. Already I told 65 to 70 built-in functions are there in this Python language, in which 10 to 12 important. We will discuss those. I think these are enough. Suppose if you want to use any other function, you can get help. You can get help from documentation. Okay.
Okay.
Python built-in. First, focus on core concepts. If you want to use any other concept, you can get help. If you don't know core concepts, you may not use other concepts. Python built-in
Yes, sir.
functions. Okay. So far, indirectly, we used some built-in functions, Savitri.
Yes. Print range.
Suppose we used print.
Range.
Today we used input. Next,
Input. Yes, sir.
type we used. Next, int
Yes.
also we used. Any other?
Range
These are the
also, sir.
functions. Pardon?
Range.
Range. Range is not built-in function, I think.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Range is not built-in function. Just a minute. Range. Oh, range also built-in function. Yes.
Yeah. Previously
Range
you
also.
told.
This color. Suppose orange color, it is keyword. Yes, range also we use it now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now continue. First one, math function. See, in this built-in functions, important functions are string functions, string category. Next, math category. ABS, open and close. There is function symbol. Function. ABS function. What is ABS function? It returns the absolute value of a number.
Okay.
It returns the absolute value of a number Okay now?
Okay, sir.
Example. Where is that Python IDLE, integrated development and learning environment? Suppose I'm using one variable x equals to ABS of 10.45. Next, print x. Next, x equals to ABS of 10.95. 10.95. Now tell me, Rajesh, what is the first output? First print x. Anyhow, variables. I'm using same variable. Anyhow, variables take latest values. What is the value of x at the second statement? Next, fourth statement, fifth statement. Okay. What is the x? First one, first
Sir.
time.
10.45, sir. Exact
Second
value.
time, sir.
Absolute value of 10.45. What is the absolute value of
Yes, sir.
10.45? Next, what is the absolute
10
value of 10.95?
0.95 only, sir. I don't know.
What is the use of absolute ABS?
We don't know, sir.
Not sure.
You tell me, Rajesh.
Not sure, sir.
Suppose if it writes 10.45 and 10.95 as it is, Then what is the use? Just a minute. Savitri answer is correct. Run module
That's
10.45,
missing, sir.
10.95. Correct only. Correct only. Then what is the use of ABS? Absolute
Maybe
value. See,
in
absolute
some.
value means it doesn't round the value. It
Okay.
doesn't round the number. Suppose if it is round method, a round function, 10.45. Suppose below 5 means left side integer.
On them.
More than 0.5 means right side integer. Suppose this is 11. First one is 10. But
Okay.
ABS doesn't round the value. Same output now. 10.45, 10.9. Then what it does? See, it returns
Negative value.
positive value.
Okay.
Positive value. First one, 10.45. Already positive value. It will return positive only. Next, second one, already positive value. It will return positive only. Okay. Just a minute. Suppose minus 100. Next, minus 10 point. Observe last two, Savitri.
Sir.
What is the output of observe? What is the output of first one? 10.45.
4.
Already
Fine.
positive value. Next, just a minute.
0.95.
10.95. Already positive value. Next, minus 100. It will return just 100. Next, minus 10.95. It will return absolute value. Absolute value means positive value.
So
Positive.
that means it ignores that negative sign, sir.
Yes,
What is the
it removes not ignoring. It removes a negative sign.
okay? So whenever we want to remove that negative
Yes.
sign, we have to use. Okay.
Save. Run module. Observe 10.45, 10.95, minus 100, 100, minus 10.95, 10.95. Okay, now?
Okay, sir.
If we give string values, will it give runtime error?
String value, runtime error, definitely. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
You try after the class. After the class, you try.
Yes, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
If you have any ideas, after the class, you try. Definitely, it will give. See, it is math function. Definitely, it will give error. Observe.
Yes, sir.
Run module. See, at the beginning, it is showing
Bad operation.
error na, bad operand na.
Okay, sir.
Bad
Yes, sir.
operand. Only number, either integer or float.
Okay.
Okay,
Either
sir.
integer or float. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any problem?
No, no, sir.
Rajesh?
Good, sir.
No, sir.
Just a minute. I will show that one also. This is error.
Runtime error.
Runtime error, not syntax error. Runtime error. If any runtime error occurs in computer programming, then it interrupts the execution. Suppose use runtime error at the end, then you can get 4 outputs, but no fifth output. Instead of fifth output, runtime error, I think. Observe. First 4 outputs, okay na?
Yes, sir.
Instead of fifth output, runtime error.
Okay.
Okay, good question, Rajesh. Definitely, it will show runtime error. Next, round. It is also math function. Round, open and close brackets, round brackets function. Round function, Savitri. First,
Yes, sir.
tell me the functionality of this one. It rounds.
To the nearest near.
It rounds a number it rounds a number to the nearest
Yes, sir.
nearest integer. Okay, now
Okay, sir.
here observe example. See, round function is very flexible function. Observe usage of round function. Suppose round off 5.5.76543. After decimal place, 5 values are there. Round. Okay. Next, print x. Now tell me, Savitri, what is the output?
6. 6 is the nearest integer.
Yes, 6. Just a minute. It is 6, isn't it? Just a minute. Before this, suppose 4. Now tell me.
5, sir, then.
5. Save the program. Run module. Run module. Observe 5, 6. Okay, now.
Yes, okay, sir.
See, some flexibility is there for this function. Try to understand. Suppose earlier I round this one 76543. I don't want to round entire. I want to round it to just a minute, comma 1 position. What is the output?
5.8, sir.
Good. 5.8. 1 position.
1 position only.
1 position. Next, suppose 2 positions after decimal point. 2 positions. 5.7,
7, sir.
pardon?
8, 7.
2 positions.
5.9.
5.77.
9.
Just try that one. Save. Run. This is 5.7. This is not Python logic. Mathematics. General mathematics, isn't it?
Okay, sir.
This is
Okay.
general mathematics. It's not Python logic or Java logic. Just a minute. Suppose I want to three positions after decimal point. 3. Now tell me.
765 only, sir.
Good. 7.
65.
765.
766.
766.
6. Okay. So, but 4. Okay.
765 or 764.
That 5, sir.
5. Yes. Save. Run. Observe the last output. 765 now. Last one.
Yes, sir.
Below.
Yes, sir.
Observe. Below 5 now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir, got it.
Round function is flexible now.
Oh, okay,
Not
sir.
only integer, you can round the decimal places also. Decimal positions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Next I will start ORD. Tomorrow will continue. This is important function. Very important function. ORD function. ORD, open and close Why the name ORD? You try to guess that one or get that one after the class, Savitri.
Okay,
ORD
sir.
functionality is it returns it returns the it returns the number it returns the number representing representing the Unicode ASCII value ASCII value
Okay.
Unicode of a specified character specified character. Observe, Rajesh. See, as a programmer or computer professional, software professional, you must know the ANSI character codes. What is
Yes.
ANSI? American National Standards Institution. It provides codes for every letter in your keyboard. ANSI character codes or pronunciation ASCII values. You must know the
Yes,
ASCII
sir.
values for computer characters, keyboard characters as a software professional. See, these ASCII values are same for every programming environment. If it is Java or Python or Ruby or C++ or .NET or Oracle PLSQL, etc. These ASCII character codes are same, common. Now tell me, I think Savitri can explain it. A to Z, capital A to what is the range? Why these ranges? Observe, observe. Suppose Savitri, 100 greater than 200. 100 greater than 200. Want to compare two numbers? You can
Easy.
easily compare now.
Yes, sir.
This expression is true or false? This
False, sir.
expression is false.
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 Right side number is big number, but it is indicating left side number is big number. This expression is false. How can you say?
Because
They
we
are
know
values.
values.
Based
Yes, sir.
on their values, you can uh, compare. Okay,
Yes, sir.
based on their values, you can compare. Suppose, suppose observe uh, Delhi, Delhi. Just a minute. Delhi less than Hyderabad. Delhi less than Hyderabad. Suppose first expression you can easily compare mathematical number. Second expression, Savitri, tell me, Delhi less than Hyderabad. This expression is true or false?
True, sir.
True. How can you compare? See,
The
computer
place
program doesn't compare two cities based on population or area or GDP. It compares
yeah,
based on ASCII
as
value. First, it takes first letter, first letters from the both the string, first character from the both the strings, and count and verify ASCII values. Suppose here first it takes D from first value, next H from second string, and compares. H ASCII value is bigger or D bigger? H is bigger. Then it declares
H is
Hyderabad is
bigger.
bigger. Suppose first letters in both the strings are same, then it will evaluate second letter. Second letter also same. Third one also same. Fourth one like that. Suppose first letter in first string is bigger, then it declares first string is bigger. It doesn't evaluate remaining. Suppose first letter in first string uh, and second string same, then it evaluates second string, second letter, second character or second letter. Second letter in second string bigger, then it will declare second string is bigger.
Yes. Okay,
Now tell me the ranges. You must know these ranges as a
sir.
software
60,
professional.
65 to 90.
Good. 65 to
90.
90. Okay. Next, Rajesh. Rajesh. Small a to Z, Rajesh.
97 to
Good.
122, sir.
97 to 122.
122.
Next, for special characters also, ASCII values are there. You no need to remember capital A to Z, small a to Z, and 0 to 9. 0 to 9. Now, what is the 0 to 9?
48 to
Good.
57, sir.
48 to
57.
57. Just a minute.
Five.
57. Why for numbers? See, sometimes numbers also ASCII value required. For example, 1. It is number, integer. Suppose if you read the data, then it will consider string now.
Okay, sir.
If you want to compare that one, ASCII value required now.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yes.
See, this ORD function returns ASCII values. Tomorrow I will start this one round function. Now basics I explain, not round function, ORD function. Basics I explained. Basics
Okay,
I
sir.
explained for ORD function. Tomorrow we will discuss this function and continue remaining. Okay now?
Okay, sir.
Now tell me first Rajesh. I am going to close the today's session. Functions chapter important. I am going to close the today's session. Any queries regarding this today's class? Rajesh?
No, sir.
Okay. What
No,
about
sir.
you, Savitri?
No,
Okay.
sir. No.
Okay. We'll meet tomorrow, same time,